This is the starting 11, a new formation and some new personnel in the starting 11 to face Bahrain. Enforced absences are Sarpreet Singh, who's returned to Germany, and Bill Tuiloma, injured in the win over Curaçao. It means a fit-again Michael Boxall returns to the heart of defence, and gone is the 4-diamond-2 formation in favour of a 4-3-3. Eli Just starts in midfield. Joe Champness accompanies Chris Wood and Callum McCowart in leading the line, and Calvin Kalua has his first all-white start at right back. Michael Voud is in goal, preferred to Stefan Marinovic, who produced some excellent saves late against Curaçao.
So Bahrain looking for Yusuf, and he's not a bad fella to look for. He is a giant, isn't he, Fred, the number 9? He's going to be a real threat, you would think, in the air. Interesting also, though, that in the opening minutes he has come quite deep on a couple of occasions, so prepared to come out of that defensive line and look for work. Here's McCowart. Overlapping run from Kakache, ignored for the moment. McCowart tries to dink a pass. Wood thought he was offside, just is on. Wood, can he score? Rebound corner. Oh, that's a real opportunity for the New Zealanders. Chris Wood stayed out of the play thinking he was offside. I'm not sure. He may well have been played on, but just certainly was on and straight at the keeper. New Zealand have got themselves set defensively though, and ultimately the mistake comes. Ball falls in midfield for Stamanic. Brave header. Just, that's great vision. Chance for Champness now. Wood in the penalty area. Not a bad target, is he? Champness runs at the defender into the box. Drives it across. Not quite enough angle on it, but again, he's a live wire. Champness again. Gee, it's a good start. Cuts in fields, and another free kick. This is fascinating, Fred. For a youngster, he does not lack confidence.
No, every opportunity he's taking his man on.
Headed in the wrong direction as far as New Zealand was concerned. Bell has space, time, looks up, delivers an accurate ball. McCowart. Again, Chris Wood in the area, but being well contained. They will know the threat of Chris Woods. They may not know the threat of Eli Just. He's relatively new on the scene, but he does have an ability to strike from that sort of distance.
New Zealand got good shape, good numbers back. And again, we see the 3 up front, not having to do defensive job at the moment for the All Whites. Happy to just leave them forward.
And they're in trouble. One shot on goal. No, decided to hold it. McCowart. Gee, I wonder if he missed an opportunity. Just McCowart. McCowart drives it wide. Well, I wonder if Callum McCowart had that all over again, whether he would have a strike on goal there. Was there enough time, Fred, or did he do the right thing? It was 50-50, wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually think he did the right thing there, because I think the keeper was going across, and also he's running away from goal there. He's running towards the corner flag. Difficult skill. You're going to have to tuck it just inside the post to get past the keeper. And New Zealand, trying to take the initiative in the game.
Bahrain slowly enforcing a press here. That might be a hell of a way to break it, though. What a pass that is from Painaka to Champness. Up against the fullback. The fullback does well. Champness does better. Champness draws a save from Lutfala. That is brilliant from Joey Champness. Still there for New Zealand. Bahrain cannot get it clear. Just, and he needed to get that to the far post to have any effect with the cross. But a standout performer in the first 40 minutes is the man on debut, Joey Champness. This, though, deep in injury time at the end of the first half. Away at the near post by New Zealand, and then Just helps it on its way. Knocked back in, away by Kakache. And that brings a very impressive first half to a close for New Zealand. No goals, but certainly the better of the chances. So certainly the All Whites, and they are playing in All Whites in this one, of course, played in the away strip, the black uniform against Curaçao. Stamanic has to win 3 challenges in a row, but won the first 2, not the third. Boxall with a strong tackle. And Bell just measuring the pass, underhit it a little to Champness, but look at this kid go. He's just like he's out at the local park, going past players like they're not there and winning free kicks, and surely getting ever closer to a yellow card for one of these Bahraini defenders. But Joey Champness, goodness me, what a revelation he's been. Wants to have an influence on this one. We've described his involvement as being relatively quiet so far. Chris Wood, what can he deliver from set piece? Wood around the wall at the keeper, drew the save. It was pretty stock standard save, but importantly Wood eluded the wall and was on target. But Danny Hayes worked with Kelvin, knows him well enough, and said, I fancy you at this level.
Yeah, absolute credit to Danny for giving him an opportunity to start as well. You know, there'd be a lot of times coaches would go, look, you know, come into the camp, you know, we'll see what happens. As you get a long-range strike, it's probably the best shot that Bahrain have unleashed, but straight into the gloves of Michael Voud.
Wasn't intended for Stamanic. It was towards Eli Just. Lookfella, not a good clearance. Stamanic, good composure, nice little shimmy, good ball. It's just all-round good football. McCowett back to Just. Stamanic, space in the penalty area, driven across, little back heel attempt from Joey Champness. Right idea, just needed a little more pace. And it was in the closing 10 or 15 minutes that Bahrain really overran Curaçao. They're looking anything but fresh here at the moment. Spectacular overhead shot. I wonder if the flag might have been raised. Settle things and build up from the back. So a bit of a pause in what has been a bit of a stop-start second half. Understandably, both teams playing their second international in the space of a few days. A slip there opens it up here for New Zealand with a chance. Wood in the area. Wood with a touch. Couldn't quite roll in front of Champness. Well, that was a mistake and a slip that almost proved very costly for Bahrain. So it is Kirwan and Smith. Danny Hay turns to. Andre is on the park and has a chance to make an impact over the closing 7 or 8 minutes. Can they find fresh legs? Can they find a spark? Here is one of those changes. Nice touch from De Jong. Building here for New Zealand. Wood has support. He's asked a lot of Kakacho, who has enough in the tank to retrieve. Cuts in field. Just into the area and out for a corner. That was lovely build-up play. No whistle. And everyone comes to a stop. A chance here, and they've scored a goal late in the piece. Niko Kirwan, what a moment for the substitute. Debuted just days ago and now has a first international goal. New Zealand have the lead that they have richly deserved.
Yeah, fantastic for the All Whites. Kakacho picks up the ball, delivers a pinpoint cross right into the head of Niko Kirwan, who'd stayed very, very advanced from the series of corners.
Whilst this takes up a bit of time now as Garbutt gets out there.
In really difficult conditions as well. So there'll be a lot of players here who've done themselves no harm in future call-ups for the All Whites.
Niko Kirwan, again, defensive duties the priority. And he's done superbly well, and so too the All Whites. It is 2 wins in the window for New Zealand. Superb. There's your goal scorer, Niko Kirwan. What a moment off the bench. First appearances for the All Whites in this window, and he caps a wonderful week with a wonderful goal. New Zealand too good for Bahrain. They were too good for Curaçao, and they make it 2 from 2. 1-0 here in Bahrain.